Thank you for joining She's Dropping a T-shirt to front door tarot. I am your sacred, magical, high chief priest of the Most High God, coming to give it to you real and raw. This is for that team, that group, that cult, whatever the hell you want to call yourself, that was so eager to be in my energy with the fuck shit. This is for y'all. If y'all want to know why y'all going through the fuck shit y'all going through, that's because y'all mess with that beautiful divine feminine right there. Y'all came for the wrong motherfucker, okay? All right? So everything you're going through, all right, no matter whatever it is, this is the proof that you cannot say a motherfucker sent you something, but more so that you getting your ass disciplined for the shit that you did. Okay? Y'all like to play a delusional when it comes time to karma coming in tapping that ass. The angels and the ancestors is not playing, and here's the proof. So we're going to get the popcorn and peanuts and watch this go down in real time. All right? So this is what we dealing with, y'all. So let me put it on. Like, share, thumb up the video. Appreciate all those that do. This is about the group. This is for y'all. Okay? Because y'all seem to think that I have to lift a finger to do anything to you. Okay? You signed your own exit papers. All right? All right. So here it is. All right? We're going to give it to you. Real and raw. All right? One love, one love. I'm going to put the video on and let y'all hear it.
Chosen one, your enemies are dropping like flies and all attacks are being returned right now in real time. What's unfolding isn't superstition, it's spiritual law executing judgment. The same energy they sent to destroy you is ricocheting with precision. You didn't have to retaliate. You didn't even have to speak. The silence they mocked became the frequency that summoned justice. What they thought was weakness was sacred restraint, and restraint is always the prelude to reversal. Right now, they're realizing too late that the chosen are never victims of warfare. They are proof that no weapon formed against divine purpose survives. You felt something was off. People started acting strange around you. Friends became distant overnight. Family members turned cold without explanation. Co-workers who were friendly suddenly treated you like a threat. Rooms went quiet when you entered. Conversations stopped mid-sentence. People exchanged looks thinking you wouldn't notice. You started questioning yourself. Maybe you were imagining it. Maybe you were paranoid. Maybe you really were the problem everyone seemed to think you were. The gaslighting was so effective that you doubted your own perception of reality, but your spirit kept whispering the truth. This wasn't random. This was organized. A group of people had been meeting regularly to discuss your destruction. Planning sessions, strategy meetings, agendas with your name on them. Your enemies tried everything in the physical realm first, spreading rumors designed to destroy your reputation, sabotaging opportunities that should have been yours, turning people against you with carefully crafted lies. But nothing stuck. You kept rising. You kept prospering. Your light kept shining brighter, no matter what came your way. That's when your enemies made a catastrophic decision, going deeper into territories that should never be touched, reaching out to practitioners who work in shadows, spending money on services that promised guaranteed results. Some sold pieces of their souls for this. Different practitioners, different methods, different traditions, all hitting you from every angle simultaneously. Your enemies thought overwhelming your defenses from multiple directions would make something break through, finding one crack in your armor, just one weak spot to exploit. What your enemies didn't know was that you weren't protected by luck. You were shielded by forces that existed before time began. Here's what made you different from everyone else your enemies had successfully destroyed before you: your bloodline. Your ancestors weren't just watching from the spiritual realm. Your ancestors were active warriors who'd been preparing for this exact moment across multiple lifetimes. When the attacks intensified, your ancestors activated every form of protection available. Angels were assigned to your case, not guardian angels, warrior angels, beings of pure light who specialize in spiritual warfare, working in shifts, maintaining a constant barrier around your energy field. Every curse that gets sent your way hits this barrier and bounces back to sender. Your bloodline guardians pulled strings you can't even imagine. Doors that should have closed stayed open mysteriously. Opportunities that should have dried up kept flowing from unexpected sources. People who should have betrayed you found themselves unable to follow through at the last moment. Accidents planned for you somehow missed their mark completely. But the most powerful protection you had was something your enemies never calculated: your own light. When someone is truly connected to divine source energy, becoming like a spiritual mirror, whatever energy gets sent automatically reflects back. It's built into your energetic blueprint. Let me explain exactly how this mirror effect works, because you need to understand the precision of what's happening. When someone sits down to work against you, the moment your name gets spoken with harmful intent, something activates. Your spiritual defense system doesn't wait for the spell to be complete. It doesn't wait for the ritual to finish. The instant harmful intention forms around your name, the reversal begins. Lighting candles thinking about binding you, but the binding wraps around the sender instead. Writing your name on paper to cause confusion in your life. But confusion enters the sender's own mind before the ink dries, calling on entities to block your blessings. But those same entities turn and block the sender's blessings. The return isn't equal exchange, it's multiplied. Spiritual law operates on principles of compound return. When someone sends out negative energy towards someone under divine protection, it comes back amplified. One curse sent out, 3 come back. One attack launched, 5 return. The mathematics of divine justice don't work in favor of your enemies. You've probably noticed strange patterns in how quickly lives have been falling apart around you. One person loses a job suddenly. Another person's relationship implodes overnight. A third faces unexpected legal issues. A fourth develops health problems doctors can't diagnose. All connected to the same source. All came against you. Your ancestors have been cataloguing every single move made against you, every meeting held about you, every practitioner hired, every dollar spent trying to destroy you, every word spoken against you, every thought held about your downfall. All of it recorded in the spiritual realm with perfect accuracy. And now the ledger is balancing itself. Each person is receiving back exactly what got sent out, measured perfectly, timed divinely, delivered without error. Some are trying to figure out why luck suddenly changed, why everything touched turns to dust, why people once trusted are abandoning ship, why money is disappearing, why health is failing. The universe has been keeping detailed records. Every attack, every manipulation, every lie, every harmful intention, nothing missed, nothing forgotten. And now the bill is due. Some of you aren't living under your true identity right now. Documents were stolen when you were young. Birth certificates were altered. Social security numbers were switched. Someone in your own family participated in erasing who you really are. Why would anyone do something so extreme? Because your real name carries power no one can control. Your authentic bloodline holds authority no one can override. Your true heritage connects you to resources, knowledge and inheritance others desperately wanted to keep from you. By changing your identity on paper, thinking about cutting you off from your spiritual inheritance, thinking about severing your connection to ancient power. If this resonates with your inner knowing, hype this video to help fellow chosen ones find their way here. Energy doesn't lie. DNA doesn't forget. Blood remembers. Your ancestors know exactly who you are, regardless of what papers say. The universe recognizes your true frequency, no matter what name you're using. That's why you've always felt like something was off, like you didn't quite fit in your own family, like there were secrets everyone knew except you, like pieces of your history never added up correctly. That wasn't paranoia, that was your spirit recognizing the deception. Some of you need to start asking hard questions now, demanding DNA tests, investigating family records, because there are legal inheritances with your real name on them, trust funds, properties, assets that rightfully belong to you, bloodline connections that would change everything you thought you knew about yourself. The people who stole your identity are panicking right now, knowing their fraud is about to be exposed, knowing you're starting to ask the questions no one can answer, knowing that once the truth comes out, facing criminal charges, and knowing no one can stop what's coming. This is the part that hurts most. Some of your own family members were actively involved, not passive bystanders, active participants. Planning meetings happened in houses where you'd eaten dinner. Strategies were discussed by people who claimed to love you. Decisions about your destruction were made by blood relatives who smiled in your face while plotting behind your back. When your own blood turns against you, it creates a trauma deeper than anything strangers could inflict. Every childhood memory becomes suspect. Every family gathering feels like a lie. Every moment of supposed love feels like performance. But understand this clearly. The people who betrayed you were never your real family in the spiritual sense. Family is loyalty that doesn't waver, protection that doesn't fail, genuine care without conditions. What got shown to you was biological connection without heart connection. Your real family exists in the spiritual realm. Ancestors who actually love you without limitations. Soul family you haven't met yet, but will recognize instantly. Divine beings who've watched over you since before you were born. And here's what's about to happen to the betrayers. Violating one of the most sacred spiritual laws, betraying their own bloodline. The universe doesn't take that lightly. Their children will turn against them. Their marriages will fall apart. Their finances will crumble. Their health will deteriorate. Their secrets will be exposed publicly. Not because you did anything to them, but because certain forces got triggered, because laws that govern reality itself got broken, and now facing consequences built into the fabric of existence. Right now, their world is collapsing. The practitioners who took their money are refusing to work with them anymore, sensing what's coming. Some are even warning them to stop immediately before it's too late. But pride won't let them stop. Relationships once thought solid are cracking. Family members who were part of the schemes are distancing themselves. Business partnerships are dissolving overnight. Legal troubles are mounting from unexpected directions. Health issues are manifesting in physical bodies. Everything built on deception is crumbling. Realizing a catastrophic mistake got made when coming for you, but it's too late to stop what got set in motion. Here's what your enemies never calculated. Every harmful action creates energy that has to be balanced. When someone sends out curses, and those curses don't stick to the target, the energy doesn't just disappear, it bounces back with additional force, like throwing a ball at a brick wall. The harder the throw, the faster it comes back, hurling spiritual attacks at your divine protection for extended time. All that accumulated energy is returning simultaneously. Some will face sudden health crises doctors can't explain. Others will lose everything worked for in weeks. Relationships will implode. Secrets will be exposed. Legal troubles will multiply. Mental stability will crumble. The one who organized the meetings against you is experiencing insomnia no one can shake. Every time eyes close, anxiety floods the system. Mind races with paranoid thoughts, jumping at shadows, feeling watched constantly. That's the confusion meant for you coming back home. The one who hired the first practitioner is watching bank accounts drain mysteriously. Unexpected expenses keep appearing. Money disappears faster than anyone can track it. Opportunities counted on fall through at the last second. Financial foundation is crumbling. That's the poverty meant to curse you returning to sender. The family member who betrayed you is experiencing relationship chaos no one can control. Partners suddenly questioning everything. Children acting cold and distant. Friends stop calling. Feeling isolated and alone. That's the isolation meant for you boomeranging back. The co-worker who sabotaged your opportunities is facing career destruction. Reputation at work is mysteriously tanking. People avoid them in meetings. Ideas get ignored. Projects fail. That's the professional destruction plotted for you coming full circle. Each person involved is getting customized justice. The universe isn't using generic punishment, giving back exactly what got tried on you but amplified. The precision is beautiful. The timing is perfect. The delivery is flawless. No one can stop it. Trying everything. Going back to practitioners begging for protection. Performing cleansing rituals. Burning sage. Taking spiritual baths. Wearing protection amulets. Nothing works. Because you can't protect yourself from the consequences of your own actions. You can't block the return of energy you sent out yourself. Some are starting to connect the dots, remembering what got done, who got targeted, when it started, and realizing the timeline matches perfectly. Everything started falling apart right after attacks on you intensified. But even knowing this, no one can stop what's coming. The practitioners who worked with them are backing away slowly. These practitioners have enough spiritual sight to see what's happening, recognizing the signature of divine retribution, knowing that anyone associated with this situation is at risk, so cutting ties, refunding money in some cases, disappearing in others, refusing to take calls, wanting nothing to do with the fallout, and no idea why everything is falling apart at once. The most tragic part, some will blame you, saying you're doing dark work on them, accusing you of exactly what got done to you. But anyone with real spiritual discernment will see the truth. You won't need to defend yourself. The evidence will speak. Their lives will become cautionary tales about why you don't come against chosen ones under divine protection. Watch them scramble. Watch them panic. Watch them try to fix what can't be fixed. Because once you trigger certain spiritual laws, there's no undo button. There's no reset. There's no going back. There's only forward into the consequences created for themselves. What you're dealing with isn't just a random group with personal grudges. This connects to something much larger, secret societies that have existed for centuries, orders that pass down hatred of chosen ones from generation to generation, organizations with structure, hierarchy and rules. These groups have resources most can't imagine. Government connections in high places, corporate funding from hidden sources, international networks spanning continents, tracking bloodlines like yours for hundreds of years, keeping records, watching, waiting, intervening to maintain control. Members everywhere, judges who influence outcomes, politicians who change laws, business leaders who control opportunities, religious figures who shape narratives, people who manipulate systems against chosen ones without anyone noticing the pattern. That's why some of you faced unusually difficult legal battles that made no sense, bureaucratic nightmares designed to frustrate you, systems that worked for everyone else but broke down when you tried to use them. Divine protection operates on a level higher than any human institution. Spiritual laws override earthly laws when someone is under heaven's covering. Connections and resources mean nothing when working against the fundamental structure of creation itself. Some of these society members are about to be exposed publicly. Scandals will break, revealing true nature. Secret meetings will be recorded and leaked. Private conversations will surface. Financial transactions will be investigated. The whole network is about to crash. Some of you don't know this consciously yet. You just know you feel different. You see things others don't. You question what others accept. Others have been getting downloads for years. Dreams about ancient civilizations, visions of future timelines, sudden understanding about how energy works, abilities from nowhere that feel natural. You've been trying to make sense of it all, not realizing you were being prepared for something bigger than imagined. The enemy knows exactly what you're capable of once you fully activate, seeing prophecies about people like you, understanding the timeline, knowing that once you step into your role completely, their time is finished. Look, you already know the attacks weren't random, and if you're paying attention, you can feel it. Their walls are closing in. So let's talk about what we're doing about it. That's why I built Destiny Engine. It generates personalized sequences that help you rewire betrayal into transcendence, turn isolation into sacred power, and transform their downfall into your rise. We are using the Dark Elite's own weapons against them, taking their declassified consciousness technology that programmed competition and scarcity and repurposing it to serve cooperative intelligence. The beauty is, you don't even have to lift a finger. You put on the headphones, press play, and your subconscious is rewired, while your enemies collapse under the weight of their own lies. This is why I created it in the beginning, so everything they did to break you becomes fuel for your purpose. The collective upgrade is underway. Start your Destiny Engine for $1 today and watch divine justice accelerate in your life. Link in the description. Let me tell you what gets seen when looking at you that terrifies so deeply. Someone who can't be bought, can't be manipulated, can't be controlled through fear, can't be silenced through intimidation, can't be stopped through conventional means. This makes you dangerous to entire systems. Empires got built on keeping people small, on convincing humanity that power belongs to a select few, on maintaining hierarchies that benefit the few, on hiding knowledge that would free the masses. And then you show up, walking around with ancient codes in your blood, carrying information that could dismantle everything built over centuries. You have the ability to wake people up just by being in their presence. Your energy alone disrupts the frequency of control broadcast for so long. When you speak truth, people feel it resonate in their bones. When you question narratives, others start questioning too. When you refuse to bow, others find the courage to stand. This is why attempts got made to destroy you before you fully understood what you are, wanting to take you out while you were still confused, still doubting yourself, still believing lies about your limitations, thinking if hitting you hard enough early enough, you'd give up and retreat. You carry frequencies in your field that automatically heal people who come near you. You don't have to try. You don't have to perform healing sessions. Your mere presence begins to dissolve the programming others are under. This is why some people react so strongly to you without knowing why. Your energy threatens the control mechanisms installed in them.
I was on dialysis for 3 years. At 5 years old, I got my kidney. The doctors and nurses at Cincinnati Children's are phenomenal. I overcame everything, and I never gave up. Cincinnati Children's is the one that does the impossible.
Now streaming.
Please welcome the Star Show.
It's an all-new season of Holly Jolly.
I got a $200 cash advance fast. So I just found this app called Grant Cash Advance that lets you get a cash advance.
You have the ability to see through deception instantly. No one can fool you with pretty words and fake smiles. You read energy. You feel intention. You know when someone is lying before sentences finish. This makes you a threat to everyone operating in deception. No one can infiltrate your circle. No one can manipulate you from the inside. You carry memory in your cells from lifetimes of being hunted for your gifts, from being burned for your knowledge, from being silenced for your truth. This lifetime, you came back stronger, with more protection, with clearer purpose, with absolute determination, not to be stopped again. The enemy knows your bloodline has been tracked for generations, having records showing the gifts that run in your family, the seers, the healers, the truth tellers, the system disruptors, trying to breed these traits out through intermarriage, through identity theft, through breaking up families, through hiding children from their heritage. But DNA doesn't forget. Spiritual inheritance doesn't disappear. You might not know your full history, but your cells remember everything. And at the appointed time, all of that dormant information activates. That's what's happening to you now. The activation feared, the awakening everyone tried to prevent. That's why focus got placed on stopping you specifically. But here's the thing about divine destiny. It doesn't matter who opposes it. It's going to happen anyway. You could try to run from it yourself and still end up exactly where you're supposed to be. You're not random. You're not an accident. You're not just another person trying to survive. You're a weapon aimed directly at the heart of corruption. You're a code breaker sent to free the enslaved. You're a light so bright it hurts eyes adjusted to darkness, and everyone sees all of this when looking at you. That's why the desperation. That's why everything got thrown at you. That's why enemies are dropping like flies now that their attacks have failed. Look at your family history. How many generations struggled with the same patterns? Poverty no matter how hard anyone worked. Addiction no one could break. Illness running through the family. Relationship dysfunction repeating itself. How many ancestors felt like fighting invisible battles no one could ever win? You're the one ending all of that. Not just for yourself, for every person who comes after you in your lineage. The curse stops with you. The pattern rewrites from this point forward. Future generations will look back at your life as the turning point when everything changed. This is why attacks have been so intense. Breaking generational curses isn't casual work. It requires someone with enough spiritual power to stand against centuries of accumulated negative energy. Someone with enough divine backing to override patterns locked in place for lifetimes. You're not just changing your own life, you're altering the entire trajectory of your bloodline, past, present, and future. Your ancestors tried to break free, fought hard, prayed, struggled, but something always pulled them back into the pattern. Poverty consciousness, addiction cycles, relationship trauma, health issues, mental illness, spiritual oppression. These patterns didn't start in their lifetime, got inherited, passed down like genetic code, activated at certain ages, triggered by specific circumstances, reinforced through family behavior, strengthened through repetition, until the pattern became the identity of the entire bloodline. Your great-great-grandparent dealt with it. Your great-grandparent dealt with it. Your grandparent dealt with it. Your parent dealt with it. And everyone expected you to deal with it too. To accept it as just the way things are in your family. To resign yourself to the struggle. To pass it down to your own children someday. But something in you refused to accept that destiny. Something in your spirit said no. Not me. Not this lifetime. Not anymore. This ends here. And when you made that declaration, even if you made it silently in your heart, the universe heard you, your ancestors heard you, and forces beyond your understanding began moving on your behalf. Breaking these curses requires you to become conscious of patterns you were supposed to stay unconscious about. You had to see what previous generations couldn't see. You had to question what ancestors couldn't question. You had to break rules others couldn't break. You had to walk away from people your bloodline couldn't walk away from. You had to choose yourself when everyone got taught to sacrifice themselves. This consciousness alone threatens the curse, because curses survive through unconsciousness, through people accepting circumstances without examining where those circumstances came from, through repetition without awareness, through learned helplessness, through shame and silence and secrets kept in the dark. When you started waking up, the curse started dying. When you started asking questions, the foundation cracked. When you started setting boundaries, the structure weakened. When you started choosing differently, the pattern broke. And everyone invested in maintaining that curse panicked, because if you break free, others might too. If you heal, others might wonder if healing is possible. If you prosper, others might question why prosperity got labeled impossible for your family. If you find peace, others might realize peace is accessible. Your freedom becomes evidence that the curse is breakable, and that threatens everyone who benefits from your bloodline staying cursed. Now understand something about the weight you're carrying. Every curse you break for yourself, you're also breaking for your ancestors who couldn't break it. You're going back through the family line and severing chains. You're releasing trapped souls. You're healing wounds that have bled through generations. You're speaking truths that have been silenced for lifetimes. Your great-great-grandparent who died young feeling like a failure, you're vindicating them. Your great-grandparent who struggled with addiction, you're completing what got started when trying to quit. Your grandparent who stayed in an abusive relationship, you're honoring their silent suffering by refusing to repeat it. Your parent who worked themselves to exhaustion for nothing. You're breaking the poverty spell lived under. Every ancestor who never got the chance to break free is cheering you on from the other side. Every future descendant who will live in freedom because of you is sending energy across time itself. You're not just fighting for yourself, you're fighting for your entire lineage, past, present, and future. The people trying to stop you understand this, knowing if you succeed, their influence over your family line is finished forever, knowing other bloodlines will start awakening too, following your example, breaking their own curses, trying to stop a spiritual revolution, and you're the spark lighting the fire. But too late. The process already began and can't be reversed. Other chosen ones are awakening worldwide simultaneously. The collective consciousness is shifting, whether anyone likes it or not. You're not doing this alone. You have backing from every ancestor who tried and couldn't complete it. You have support from every future generation who will benefit. You have protection from forces that existed before the curse was ever created. The curse is temporary. Your bloodline is eternal, and eternity always wins against the temporary. Part of why you've been so heavily attacked is what you represent for future generations. Children being born now arrive with abilities and awareness previous generations couldn't access, coming in already awake in ways that took older souls decades to achieve. These children will need guides who understand both the old world and new world being born, mentors who walked through fire and survived, teachers who know how spiritual warfare works because of lived experience. You're being prepared to be one of those guides, till every attack you survived made you stronger and wiser. Every betrayal taught you to spot deception from miles away. Every spell cast against you showed you how spiritual protection actually works. These children won't struggle with limiting beliefs that held humanity back for thousands of years. Knowing from birth that powerful spiritual beings are having a human experience, expecting miracles to be normal parts of life, the old systems of control won't work on these kids. Needing mentors who can teach them to navigate a world where spiritual abilities are common and accepted. Needing examples of people who successfully made the transition from old paradigm to new. That's you. That's your role. That's why your protection has been so absolute. The universe needs you intact and fully awakened for what's coming next. Every child who grows up knowing their own power will be partly your legacy. Your enemies see this future too, knowing once these children reach adulthood, their reign is over permanently. That's why desperation existed to stop you now, before you fully stepped into your teaching role. But too late. The children are already here, arriving in greater numbers every day, and already learning from your example whether you're consciously teaching or not. Your victory was never in question. The outcome was determined before the battle even began. You are a chosen one, protected by forces that existed before time began and will continue after time ends. You don't seek revenge. You don't gloat over downfall. You don't even watch destruction. You stay in your lane. You keep raising your frequency. You keep choosing love over fear. You let the universe handle the rest automatically. Justice doesn't need your help. It just needs you out of the way. Some of you will be tempted to warn people, to save those who spent years trying to destroy you. Resist that. Choices got made with full knowledge. Consequences must be faced. Others will be tempted to celebrate when seeing lives fall apart. Resist that too. Stay in your heart. Feel compassion while maintaining clear boundaries about what you'll tolerate going forward. The most important thing you can do right now is prepare for your new reality. Start planning the life you want to build once opposition is removed. Begin training for the role you're meant to play in the emerging world. Focus on becoming the person you were born to be. Understand something critical about this moment you're in. The war is over, but your real work is just beginning. But attempts got made to stop you before you could step into your purpose. Failed attempts. Now you actually have to step into it. This is where many chosen ones hesitate, because as long as you were fighting for survival, you had an excuse not to fully claim your power. Now that excuse is gone. The enemies have dropped. The attacks have returned to sender. The protection has proven itself absolute. There's nothing standing between you and your destiny anymore except your own hesitation, your own doubt, your own fear of being as powerful as you actually are. Let me be direct with you. The universe didn't protect you through all of that just so you could play small. Your ancestors didn't fight battles across dimensions just so you could live a quiet, comfortable life. The children waiting for your guidance didn't choose you as their mentor just so you could doubt yourself. You were forged in fire for a reason. You have a voice that needs to be heard, not hidden, not whispered, not apologized for, heard. You have gifts that need to be shared, not kept private, not downplayed, not minimized, shared. You have power that needs to be wielded, not suppressed, not feared, not rejected, wielded. The world doesn't need another person playing small to make others comfortable. The world needs you fully activated, fully expressed, fully powerful, taking up space unapologetically, speaking truth without permission, leading without asking if it's okay. Every enemy that dropped was an obstacle removed. Every attack that returned to sender was a chain broken. Every curse that boomeranged was a limitation dissolved. You're not emerging from this battle damaged. You're emerging from this battle sharpened, refined, upgraded, more powerful than you've ever been. The cult is dissolving, the coven is scattered, practitioners are fleeing, spells are backfiring, plans are crumbling, their time is up, and your time is just beginning. Everything you've been preparing for across multiple lifetimes is about to unfold. The world is waiting for what you came here to bring. Your enemies are dropping like flies, all attacks are being returned, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop what's coming through you now. Welcome to your destiny, chosen one. The invisible war is over. You won without even fighting. Now step into everything you were born to become. The throne has always been yours. Stop asking permission. Stop doubting your power. Stop playing small. The universe bends to your will when you finally remember who you are. This is your moment. This is your time. This is your victory. Everything that tried to stop you has only made you stronger. Everything that tried to break you has only made you unbreakable. Everything that tried to dim your light has only made you shine brighter. You are exactly who you were meant to be. You survived exactly what you were meant to survive. You're standing exactly where you were meant to stand. And what comes next will prove why all of it was worth it. The attacks are over. The enemies have fallen. The curses have returned. The protection has proven absolute. Now walk forward into your purpose with the confidence of someone who knows backing comes from forces that cannot lose, because you are, and you always have been. From before you were born until long after this lifetime ends, your victory isn't coming. It's here. Your time isn't approaching. It's now. Your power isn't potential. It's present. Stop waiting for permission to be who you are. Stop doubting what you know. Stop hiding what you carry. The world has been waiting for you to step up, and everyone who tried to stop you has just been cleared from your path. This is it. This is the moment everything has been building toward. Not tomorrow, not someday. Right now, today, you surviving everything you survived is not luck. You standing at this threshold is not coincidence. This is destiny manifesting exactly as it was written before time began. So step forward, claim what's yours, become who you've always been, and watch as everything you were promised unfolds before your eyes. The universe is ready. Your ancestors are ready. The children are ready. The only question that remains is this: are you ready to stop playing small and finally become who you actually are? Because ready or not, the invitation has been extended, the path has been cleared, the enemies have dropped, and your throne is waiting.
It must be complicated working with a friend.
She's wearing karmic ties. Do you realize that?
Stop.
I bet I love you.
Yeah.
I think don't engage in the conversation. Just, think.
No.
You need to show the town that you have nothing to be embarrassed about.
It's gonna be epic.
It's done. We need to leave this party.
Introducing the only prescription hair regrowth gummy on the market, the Minoxidil Plus Biotin Gummy by Hers. Formulated by dermatologists, this innovative 2-in-1 gummy includes prescription-strength minoxidil, clinically proven to regrow your hair in just 3 to 6 months, and biotin for healthy hair support, so you can get all the benefits in a convenient once-daily solution. Plus, the tasty green apple flavor will make it your favorite part of an easy hair routine. Hair regrowth made simple with the Minoxidil Plus Biotin Gummy. Start today at forhers.com.
Mom? Dad? Please see me. Hi. Here.
Cinderella?
Oh no. Alfred.
Where have you been? She's awake. Hurry.
Cinderella!
That was it for that. It went off so fast I didn't even realize it. Like, share, thumb with the video. Appreciate everyone that do.